hell of a football game. Got to give Kansas State a ton of credit. They did a great job. Really played clean football. As you would expect Kansas State to do. That's kind of the way they play. Love our team for battling back. Got down 8, didn't look real good. Got down 11, didn't look real good. And like we've done all year, we made a bunch of plays to get ourselves back in the game. And Griffin Kell did a nice job kicking a field goal. Defense got to stop just like they've done all year. Offense went down and scored just like they've done all year, and got the 2-point conversion. Was disappointed. Obviously, the way the game ended. We felt like Max scored on the scramble. Was trying to get him to replay it. I don't know what the issue was. Thought the spot wasn't right, but it is what it is. And then we got to do a better job of getting the ball in the end zone. We had 2 cracks from inside the 1-yard line, and we didn't get it done. So, we were obviously in that situation there. You got fourth and less than a yard. You got to figure out a way to get the ball in the end zone. We didn't do it, and again, you got to give Kansas State credit for getting it stopped.
All right, Coach. We have microphones on either side, so we'll come to the front row right over here, Kim. Please identify yourself and your affiliation.
Stephen Johnson, Star Telegram. On that 3rd and goal, Kendra, it looked like on the replay he might have broken the plane.
That's what we said too. That's what our people upstairs told us when they saw the replay upstairs.
Okay, so they didn't review it?
I don't know. Okay. I mean, I'd love for somebody to come give somebody some answers, but I was told they did, but I don't know.
Second question, I guess, what was the thought process in kind of maybe going with Kendra as opposed to Max in those last 2 plays?
We just felt like Kendra's done it for us all year. You know what I mean? He's been really, really good at converting those short yardage situations. He's done it consistently. We just got a lot of confidence in him, and obviously, if we had to do over again, we'd do it different.
Coach, we're going to go to the 3rd row here on the left.
Sam Kahn with the Athletics. Sonny, I know it's just coming off the loss and it's not in your hands, but do you think this team belongs in the college football playoff?
For sure I do. I think, look, we went through the Big 12, 12-0. We've been able to figure out ways to win games like this all year, and today we weren't able to do it. So I think, I think we're certainly deserving. I think the league is one of the best leagues in the country to go through undefeated in the league. Certainly we ought to get in. I don't think we should be punished for coming to the Big 12 championship game. I don't think that's the way this stuff is designed to. The conference championship games, I don't think are designed to punish teams and prevent them from getting in the playoffs. So, we were 3 last week. My hope is that we would stay at 3 and go tee it up and see how we do.
Coach, we're going to go to the front row right here on the right.
Yep.
Jamie Plunkett with Frogs today. Coach Max had over 360 total yards, a couple touchdowns today. What can you say about his performance today?
Yeah, it's
that he's had?
typical Max Duggan performance. Just gritty, tough, made plays when he had to. Did everything that he could do to give us a chance to win. Did exactly what Max does. Again, I think if you watch this game today, I think it's pretty clear that he's certainly deserving to if not win the Heisman Trophy, to certainly be in the conversation. He's his performance has been gritty week after week after week. He does what we have, it gives us an opportunity to win, does what he has to do to give us a chance to win. The guy's one of the best football players in college football. It's pretty obvious.
Coach, we're going to keep it on the front row right here on the right.
Coach, Derek Vital, KillerFrogs.com. Were you guys hesitant at all to not try and get the field goal at the end of the game?
No, not really. Look, if you're inside, if it's 4th and 3, obviously we kick the field goal. If it's, but we have to be able to convert inside the 1, 2 downs, and we just didn't do it. And again, you got to give Kansas State credit, and we've got to do a better job. I think that's one thing that I'm disappointed in. We've got to figure out a way to get that ball in the end zone.
Coach, we're going to go about halfway back on the left.
Sonny, Phil Whittle, KPR and Amarillo, that pick in the end zone by Max, big turning point in
Yeah, look, I think obviously if we get anything there, a field goal, anything like that, that was a big turning point. You know, we just had some kind of things, not talking about that play, but in particular down the end of the game, you know, go against us. We got a holding penalty on a long scramble for Max, and we got an offensive pass interference penalty, you know, on Jordan Hudson as well. Those two penalties really hurt us. But, you know, I don't know exactly what happened on that. I don't know. I think there was some miscommunication maybe between Quentin and Max, and obviously it was a bad play.
Coach, we're gonna go to the third row here on the right.
Yep.
Coach Newey Scruggs, NBC5. Obviously, 12 times you were in there with a message about winning.
Right.
What was your message to the kids today, and then the anticipation that they're going to have tomorrow
Yeah.
to find out their fate?
Yeah, you know, that's kind of what we talked about. Look, I just said, hey, you know, a couple things. Number one, how proud of them I was, and I am, for, you know, for having the fortitude, you know, to get back in this game. You know, when you look up and you're down 11 points with 7 minutes to go, it doesn't look very good. And, you know, to our guys' credit, man, they gave themselves an opportunity to win. And they just battled and they stuck with it. They stuck with the plan. They believed in each other. They did the things that we've done all year, and we've been able to make enough plays to win. And then today, you know, on two downs inside the 1 yard line, we didn't do it. And that's the difference between winning and losing. And that's what we talked about in there. It's just, look, we'll get better because of that. You know, we'll obviously address that issue for us and make sure when we get in that situation again, that we're more comfortable and we can go out and execute better than we did in a short yardage situation, particularly when the game is on the line like it was. You know, I think that, like I said, man, I love this team. I love these guys. I love, you know, there's a bunch of hurt players in there. Some guys that were really upset. We wanted to win a Big 12 championship, and we didn't make enough plays to do it. And you know, it's disappointing. But my hope is, obviously, we're going to get another game, and my hope is we're going to get into the tournament and have a chance to go and compete for a national championship. And ultimately, that's the goal at the beginning of the year, is to put yourself in that situation. And you know, we wanted to do it ourselves today. We didn't want to let everybody else make that decision. You know, we wanted to go 13-0, where they were forced to put us in. But we're going to be 12-1, and my hope is they do.
Coach, we're in the second row right here to Barry.
Hey, Ben. Okay.
Yeah, Barry Trammell, Field Home. Sonny, not just that you lost, but the way you lost today, you think that's if you had to lose, is that a good endorsement for the committee? I mean, a top 10 team, you went overtime, you're down,
Yeah.
you come back, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, I mean, we were literally an inch away from winning the game, or certainly having a chance to. And so, and being 13-0. So my hope is that they see it the same way I saw it. You know, and realize, hey, look, this is a team that certainly, the resume is good enough, and we deserve to be part of it. But again, our hope is to not have to rely on a beauty contest. You know what I mean? Our hope is to kick the door down and make sure that, you know, we were Big 12 champs and there's no discussion about it.
All right, Coach, we're gonna go to the fourth row on the far right here.
Richard Johnson, Sports Illustrated. Sonny, what went into the decision to kneel out at the end of regulation instead of going?
Well, yeah, there wasn't much time left. I mean, we just felt like at that stage of the game, we were gonna have to go about 60 yards in 26 seconds, I think is what it was. It just felt like that was the most prudent thing to do. Didn't want to take a chance of throwing a turnover or throwing an interception rather, or fumbling and having a turnover. Then when they punted us, I mean, if we get the ball at the 20, it's a whole different line of thinking, as opposed to getting it in the 5 or 6 yard line. You know, a lot of stuff can go wrong backed up. You get caught in the backfield and get a safety, and there's just a whole chain of events that could happen that's negative. And so that was kind of the thinking was, you know, let's just get to overtime. We felt like we had all the momentum as well, you know, and you know, felt like that was where we wanted to be.
Coach, we're gonna go stay in the kind of middle and towards the back.
Yeah. Jonah Javad with WFAA. Sonny, you mentioned earlier this week how this team, every time you guys, you know, move on to the next opponent, you're just focused on that and not getting too far ahead of yourself. Well, you
don't know who the next opponent is gonna be
Yeah.
until tomorrow morning.
Right.
What do you think this afternoon and evening and even tomorrow morning might be like for you and your guys?
Yeah.
What can you say to them?
You know, probably a little bit of anxiety, you know, for all of us. But again, I got a lot of faith in the committee. I know they got a very difficult thing to do, but I believe that those guys will take a look at, you know, what we've been able to accomplish and what this team looks like and what we've done and put us in. So, as I said earlier, you know, my hope was to celebrate a Big 12 championship tonight, not worry too much about it. But you know, it's going to be a different course of action.
All right, we're gonna go one right in front, right there, Coach.
Hey Sonny, Jeff Kolb with Fox 4 in Dallas. You say you have faith in the committee. You also know this can be an unpredictable process. How nervous, are you nervous at all about not seeing your team in the Final Four?
Yeah, look, I think again, you know, to go back to 2014, I mean, I think that TCU's been through this, you know, and lost a close game to Baylor in 2014 and didn't have a conference championship game at that time. And I really do believe that was a different time in college football. I believe that the Big 12 is in a different place now than it was then. I just think that, you know, I think they're going to see it different, but at the same time, you know, you just don't know. And so, I mean, I'm concerned, obviously, but again, I've got faith in the committee and I know that we deserve to be in, so my guess is we'll be in.
Coach, we're in the aisle on the third row on the left.
Hey, Coach John J. Rogers,
Yep.
CBS Sports. Can you kind of take us through that drive that Max put together? I mean, you saw him kind of almost looking sick, you saw him almost passing out.
Yeah.
I mean, what was happening during that drive?
Well, he was doing what he does. You know, he was making plays. He was finding, figuring out things to give us a chance to win. I mean, that's what the guy does. I mean, you see that he gives every single thing he's got on the field. Leaves it all out there every single Saturday. You know, it's like, you know, he goes out, he does what he does. We get him back on Sunday, and it's like we tape him together and you know, do what we can to get him to the next game. And to his credit, you know, he just puts the work in. He grinds through injuries, he grinds through discomfort. You know, I mean, he's just one of the toughest football players I've ever been around. He's the consummate winner and the guy that, again, raises the, you know, the expectations of every single person around him. You know, I think our team sees Max and is challenged to approach the game the same way he approaches the game. And I think a big part of our success is because of that mentality that he has, and everybody watching him every single day and watching what he does and you know, how much he cares about his teammates and how much he loves those guys and how he would do anything in the world for them. And so, you know, this was a game that I think, again, that, you know, we made a lot of mistakes. We haven't turned the ball over like we did today very often. You know, we've taken care of the football a lot better than we did today. You know, there's a lot of plays, a lot of things that could have happened in this ball game that would have given us a different result. And again, everyone's going to focus on the end and overtime, and I certainly understand why. But you know, I think there's a lot to be learned from this, and a lot of ways that we can improve as a team and as a program.